what's the difference? Like I spent the same amount of money either way, right? I took the same amount of time out of my life either way, whether I choose to compete and try to win or if I just want to enjoy the journey and sit back, right?
Yeah. And
So-
Tita Florence would always remind us about the gift of time
Exactly.
and the gift of opportunity.
Right.
It doesn't really happen.
It won't come again. That's the illusion we have. We think we have time.
We don't.
Well, we don't.
Yeah. Our time's ticking.
When it comes, we have to take it.
And it's getting less and less and less.
Precisely. I wasn't ready.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. It's been a while, and we're back with no other, our very special guest who flew, I don't know how many continents to get here. Several continents to get here.
Several.
Our Miss Universal Woman 2024. Our Maria Gigante.
Hello, Tita.
Hello.
Hello.
And I don't know if you're fighting jet lag. Are you okay? I know you just got here and now you have to go back and leave me again.
I've given up on jet lag. I'm just letting things happen and setting alarms for when I need to do things.
What's jet lag anyway?
What is jet lag anyway? Right? It's always happy hour somewhere. It's always 6 a.m. somewhere, right? In the world.
Indeed.
Exactly.
So Maria just came back from India, so they just had another event there, and she had to turn over her
My
old
crown.
crown, but she got a newer one.
Yes, I got a newer one. She's
For
pretty. For keeps. This one's mine now.
Yay!
It's a little bit different than the Universal Woman crown because there's no continental stones anymore.
But so very beautiful.
But I love it so much, honestly. Like this, I was not expecting a replica, like I was just happy to have my crown for 1 year, which is really like important. A lot of the girls were asking me, are you sad to give away your crown? And I said, no, I feel like I did a lot with the 1 year that I had.
Mm-hmm.
I learned so much. I was able to meet you, to meet Tita Florence,
the same, likewise.
really like see what empowering women was all about and what the pageant was for and the women behind it. And to me, that made the next move clear because it's about, good leadership is also about succession, right?
Indeed.
Accepting the fact that there has to be another leader after you need to let her step into the light. And we're used to be two. So now I'm happy we're a party of three. We have a third universal woman from Puerto Rico, and I can't wait to see what she does with the platform.
Congratulations, Miss Puerto Rico.
Yes.
We'll get to see her.
Yes, and I learned it from you, Tita, right? Like, you have to help people. Like, last time I was here, you were telling me, like, you have to help each other up, right?
Indeed. I think that's really the message of pageantry. And some people don't see it, I believe, or don't hear a lot of it. They just see the beauty, the brain, right?
Yes.
And the talent. But there's a lot of work behind the
A
scenes.
lot. It's a sisterhood.
And a lot
right?
of work after that, right?
Yes.
It doesn't end.
No, it doesn't end.
But let's go back to the crown. 'Cause
Yes.
I know other pageantry, you don't get to keep anything.
Yes,
You have to turn
yes.
over your old crown and give it to the next one, right?
Yes, you have to give it back.
So you don't really get to have one, but this one, does Miss Universal Woman normally does that?
No,
Or-
actually.
Okay.
This is the first replica.
I'm not gonna say anything anymore. But hopefully this is a good one. They can continue doing that because it's really
Yes.
a good memento for you guys, and it's a very good remembrance, right?
It's a very good
legacy.
remembrance. And especially the kind of pageant Universal Woman is because it's like, I like to say it's like a new breed or the new era of beauty, like I always call it. Until now, it's not gonna stop, right? So it's like you're a queen forever. Like I'm always gonna be Universal Woman 2024. Valentina will always be Universal Woman 2023. You remember her? And Puerto Rico, Ivana Carolina will always be Universal Woman 2025. But it's simply the beginning of the journey, right? Like the platform gets us there. What we do with it is a lifetime journey.
So let's take us back a little bit, Maria.
Yes, please.
And because I know you just did not become a beauty queen overnight. Yes. Okay? That took a lot of planning physically, mentally,
a lot.
psychologically,
Yes.
emotionally. And for you to even get there, you need to have a lot of people supporting
A
you.
lot of people. A lot.
Right?
Takes a
So,
village.
walk us through. Did you even dream to be a beauty queen?
No, no. As a little girl, I really from as early as I could remember, the first time I was asked in nursery, you have to draw what you want to be, and I looked around. My classmates knew they were going to be doctors, they were going to be lawyers. I didn't have an answer because I didn't know what that meant. Right? I would ask them, "Why do you want to be a doctor? Why do you want to be a lawyer?" And they would say, "My dad said I'm going to be a lawyer." Then I thought, well, my dad didn't tell me to do anything, but he's pretty cool. He's a pilot. So I said, I don't mind being a pilot.
So you were thinking you're going to be a pilot.
I wrote that down, and that's why everybody thinks I wanted to be a pilot. But deep in my heart, what I wanted to do really was help people. Like, I am the eldest of seven siblings. So my mom always ingrained it into me that, like, my responsibility is to take care of them first and foremost. Because we're very Filipino, and that's something I'm so proud of.
That's our culture.
It's our culture, exactly, and it's there for a reason, right? And
I
so
love that culture.
I love it so much too. It's something that I see evidently in your family, in your sons, and it's something to be proud of, Tita. It's really like a trophy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then hopefully my boys will get to carry on that culture.
Without a
Because it's
doubt.
beautiful.
Without a doubt. I saw them for the first time yesterday, and I'm so happy. It's like my experience of Tita Amabel and her family's full circle. You've been telling me about your sons, and they're so kind.
Oh,
And
I'm
like
glad.
perfectly courteous. You know, the etiquette is 100%. You should be so proud of them, Tita. They're gonna grow up to be heartbreakers. Gonna be so successful.
Wow. Looking forward to that.
Definitely.
Looking forward to a beautiful, kind, compassionate,
Definitely.
loving wives.
You gave them a good foundation, which is what my mom gave me. Like, she was always like, lead with heart, family first. So to me, that always comes first. Like, outside of the home, inside of the home, it's my siblings. But outside of the home, I always put women first, like my sisters first. Because I think there's a kind of bond we share. Like, whether women, like, we tend to be catty towards each other, but whether we like each other or not, there's this kind of sphere of girl conversations that only we can relate to, right? And society expects a lot from us. So it only makes sense that we should lean on each other as opposed to see each other as competition.
Yes.
Yeah.
But how did you discover that? A lot of girls compete,
Right.
right? Among
Right.
each other.
Yes.
And we tend to copy but compete at the same time.
Yes.
But how did you even find that, in your journey?
Right.
That this is who I am. And then when was that very day when you realized I want to be a beauty queen someday?
Oh, I was washing the dishes. I've been teased for my skin color because I'm from Batayan Island, right? I'm also from Argao, but my dad is from Batayan Island. I spent most of my time there early on. So my classmates would see me coming from the island on Monday or going to there on Friday. And they would tease me like, oh, you're Provinciana. And I come home, I'm very dark. I came from the ocean. My hair is not combed. So they think like, okay, she's like very native, very ethnic, right? And I was bullied for it because of my skin
wow.
color. And I never felt beautiful because of that. I even looked myself in the eye when I was a kid and I said, oh, you have to be smart because you're not going to grow up pretty. I was fat. My voice was so low. I didn't think I was going to be a late bloomer. But like I focused on what I could accomplish, which was like my academics, my sports. My mission was always to find what I was good at so I can use it to help people. So whenever I entered the field of pageantry, I saw the beauty aspect of it as sort of mandatory, right? Like, because I'm very competitive, but I'm also a perfectionist. So if you give me like, this is the physical standard, I will find a way to achieve that. And it's completely impersonal. So I guess the reason why I never had that kind of insecurity with other girls was because I never saw myself as like,
Them.
oh, I'm pretty, I'm a pretty girl, right? I'm prettier than you. No, I always wanted to be the smartest one in the group, right? And then I thought, okay, the other stuff, I can train that. Like, I can train how to be skinny. I can, like, discipline will give you physical form. Discipline will give you hygiene. Discipline will give you, like, the way you carry yourself, which is the larger part of beauty anyway, right? And it's really, like, that's it. And all I did was, well, my mom gave me good etiquette training. She taught me how to speak. Yeah, so
But you're so beautiful.
thank you,
You
Tita.
probably just did not see yourself that way.
Thank you.
And sometimes when we're young, we tend to look at other people.
Yes.
And even actually, we're still guilty up to today. And we look at other people and look at them like, wow, they're more beautiful than me, or they're really beautiful. But they're also, you don't know that they're also they're
Everyone
also,
has insecurities.
right?
Yeah.
They're also the same thing. The jealousy is also towards you, like, wow, she's really
Yes.
beautiful. Especially like you're gonna come out, you're confident, and then you have all these attributes. You're kind, and you're loving to other people. Beauty will just come naturally,
Oh,
and
thank you.
some people are just also jealous about that. But you have everything else. But sometimes we don't even see that in ourselves.
I think it's curiosity too,
Right.
Tita. Like I really love to ask. Like I love to ask you about your experiences and Tita Florence, because I feel like experience nothing trumps experience. And you've created a life that's like perfect. Like I don't want to say perfect. I don't want to jinx it. Please keep giving Tita Amabel blessings. Yeah,
All of us blessings.
right. But it's due to your hard work as well. So it's like I want to know how to be like that. And it only makes sense to ask those who have tread the path before me, right? Like it doesn't make sense for me to walk into the room and try and act like I'm better than anyone, because it's like I see every room I walk into as like a pool of knowledge, essentially,
Yeah.
right?
And then you can gravitate to a lot of those strengths. And then you
Yes.
help each other. But that's a very rare, that not everybody gets to think that way. That's a very rare mindset as well at your age, because again, from in your 20s or 30s, there's so much competitions there.
Right.
And I think it doesn't really end. It's just gonna we're just trying to minimize the noise as we get older.
Oh, definitely. Like there's a competition on getting married and having kids, but I'm not in that lane, you know?
We'll talk about that again.
Oh, no.
We'll find that number one.
Oh, no, number one.
Okay, guys, we're looking for the number one. Okay, the number one.
Call 1-800.
Oh, all we do, we're always having fun when
Always.
You are one of the few out there that we can just really have fun and talk anything under the sun.
Yeah.
And you're a very well-rounded person.
Thank you.
You're really and then that speaks volume, because it means you're surrounded by a lot of people from different walks of life, and you just kind of embrace them.
Yes,
And
you
for
have
you
to.
to even be able to relate to anyone, either you're young, old, or in between, right? Man, woman, or whoever they are.
Yes.
You know how to kind of like really make them feel comfortable and at ease with you. So that's really a great strength.
Thank you.
And that's actually also one of the factors that probably got you up there.
Oh, thank you.
Naturally, because you have to be voted to be up there. You
Yes, you
have to be
do.
picked. And sometimes some people don't know that, right?
Right.
You have to be chosen
Yes.
to be up there.
You have to be.
So
You talk to me all the time about that one person that chooses you so that you make it.
correct.
And that helped me a lot, because when I was making my thank you speech for Universal Woman, I was like, oh, I only have 2 minutes before I go out and I walk. So I said, you know what? I actually owe my life to like just a handful of people who picked me, put the time aside, and then invested that effort into me. And it wasn't even a monetary thing. It was just kind of like being there, being present, and making sure you're on the right path, right? And you're right, like that, you have to be chosen.
You have to
Yeah.
be chosen.
You have to be chosen.
In anything in life, you work hard. And sometimes we may work hard and we get lucky along the way. And look at that are a blessing. But you really have to be chosen
Yes.
for that particular task. Going back to that, the beauty queen, and I know you're doing so much more than just
Yes.
beauty in the Philippines. Your voice was so low, and you don't
Yes.
you don't speak so well. But
I was afraid.
hosting, you're
of public
doing talk
speaking.
shows, right?
Yes.
And God just put you in a pedestal when, like, wow, I didn't think I'm gonna do it this way, but look at you now. You're going places as well,
Thank you.
right? What is that mindset that keeps you going?
Growth. Always. Like, I remember my dad would always say when I was younger, and he was driving a tricycle when he got the option to become a pilot.
So Tracy Cat, guys, you can look it up.
Yeah, and his dad is a fisherman and a practical arts teacher. So like I could have easily just been sitting somewhere on an island, at this point, if it wasn't for like those little moments where people in my family prepared for when that opportunity came and they got chosen, right? But like going back, Tita, what were you saying? The mindset, growth mindset is so important, because I'm always striving to put myself in like, that saying where like I would rather be the dumbest person in a room full of smart people than the smartest person in a room full of like not so smart people. I want to say the word dumb. But that's really true, because when you're in a room full of smart people, like I always crave to be around you and Tita Florence because you know so much about like your industries. And even when I talk to you, it's different because like when I talk to my mom, she's also a nurse who went into business. It's different when you talk to your mom. It's also different when you talk to other women that have different experiences, right? Like you have a very different approach to it. And that's why I was like so amazed because you're like, go, 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 let's do this. Why can't we do that? Why can't we do this? Both you and Tita. And it's something that I really admire because I know that if I'm around you, you're always gonna welcome new things, right? And I know that you believe in growth mindset too. It's just with me, I was afraid of public speaking. So let me start there. I was
Everybody.
deathly afraid. I peed myself when I was 4 in a kids pageant. And I told myself, just say what you're sure of. I wore my green like flower girl dress from my uncle's wedding. And I was so boyish, I didn't want to wear heels, so I wore socks. Because if you wear sandals, they can see your legs,
Oh,
right?
wow.
Yeah, Tita, I wore socks. I wanted to wear pants.
Oh my.
Yeah, and they said, oh, you have to go up and introduce yourself and say you're from Barangay Bakayan. So I went up,
And you
hi,
wore-
Barangay Bakayan.
And you wore socks.
I wore socks with my dress. I went up and then I was waiting. I was watching the girls. She's like, hi, I'm my friend Hedy. Hi, I'm yada, yada, yada. I'm from this barangay. And then it came to me. And the only thing I could say was what I knew for sure, which was my name. And
At
it,
least you know your name.
and everything else, this is when I found out I was an overthinker. And when I said, oh, I'm Maria Gigante, and then I started second guessing everything about my existence. Everything. The street that I live on, where I'm from, I peed. Like and then I went home, I was like, what was that?
Oh my.
Yeah, and from that day on until I was probably 20 years old, I spent every waking moment avoiding public speaking. Every single moment. I would volunteer to paint the backdrops of the student organizations of theater so I don't have to act. The only recitation I did was Hamlet's soliloquy, to be or not to be, because that was very dramatic and I liked it. Yeah. So the arts are my weakness, right?
Oh, wow.
But Tita, exam in Filipino, oral recitation, sorry, I'm sick. I have a flu. Like I broke my arm, like anything. And I would really like go and make an effort to become sick because I was so afraid of it. And finally, when I joined Miss Cebu, my first pageant, I was already a philosophy major. And I was so shocked why the judges were so impressed when they were asking about, schools of thought. And I was just giving like short, tiny answers because my professors would not have been impressed by those answers. They're very basic, right? And I just realized that, okay, they just see me through the package of like a tall morena girl with long hair. And they're like, okay, she's talking like this, right? So I thought, okay, I need to improve in public speaking because I might just not succeed in life if I'm afraid of this one thing, right? Everyone has that one thing that they don't want to do, the insecurity, right? Then I thought, but that's my only fear. So what if I work on it, right? And what's the best way to work on it? Repetition. I don't need to be
do it.
perfect. I just need it to be permanent, right? I just need to be not afraid to speak my mind. I don't even have to be right? It's okay for me to make mistakes. I just need to get the words out.
Out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nike said, just do it.
Yeah. Student politics, pageants, activism even. And then eventually somebody discovered me for hosting. I was chosen.
Yes.
A director, he said, you're going to be the next big thing in hosting.
Wow.
Yeah, he really said it. And he trained me.
Imagine. And that's really where favors come in. And sometimes you don't know, like, where did this come from, right?
But you have to work hard so that they see you, right?
Correct. You have to work hard. So that's the start. You have to work hard. They see you. And then you pray for that. And then once you're chosen,
Oh, yeah.
you don't also forget that gift. That,
I'm always
that
praying.
favor.
Yeah, I'm always
because
praying.
it's also a favor, right?
And you have to pay it forward. Yeah, in the same way that you received an opportunity, right? Like I know that in order for me to make it in hosting, a lot of my mentors and the people who came before me gave me a chance. They didn't like stand in my way. So it's the same for me. Like when I see that I have to accept the fact that I'm dispensable, right? Like I will move on to another journey of life. It's not that I'm just going to be a host forever, but I can leave this chapter empowering others or I can
Welcome
do
them.
it bitter, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So welcome them too.
Welcome them.
And
yes.
and then you'll be surprised all throughout your journey and you'll be mentoring other people.
Yeah.
But in your journey, eventually, because life is ups and downs, right? Full of ups and downs.
Yes.
And eventually, there's also going to be mentoring you somewhere.
Yes.
And they're also yeah, until you'll be then you'll be reaching out for a
Like
hand
you.
one way or another, right?
And Tita Florence.
Yeah. So you
Yes.
just cannot like it's a community and a brotherhood
Yes.
at the same time, sisterhood at the same time,
Yes.
and it's
Collaboration
it's a give and
also.
take.
Give and take,
Yes.
exactly. Like I love working with younger people, o diba, younger people. Kasi I'm 30 na.
So
So I
what-
love working with like my sister's age, like 18, 19, like 10 years
The
lower
18.
and 10 years higher, or 20 even. I don't care. As long as like I prefer talking to people that are like have a bigger age gap because it helps me get perspective on what other generations are talking about, right? Like, and I feel like I know about the world that way. Because if I just pick people my age, it's like we've been talking about the same thing, right? We are into the same stuff, same interests. Not that it's boring, it's nice to have those friends, but like if you want to grow, then you need like constant downloads of like information, right? You need new environments all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it depends also what you need. There are times when of course, the women or our friends
Right.
our age.
Yes.
Mostly those are our like we can vent to them or we can just like be who we
Our
are.
tribe.
Right?
Yeah.
Our tribe. Like I messed up today and they kind of like who cares? We're in the same boat.
Yeah.
Right? So it's I think that's just how God designed it. You have different friends.
Absolutely.
Because just like me, when I got here from the Philippines, the people that surrounded me, aside from my core friends from the Philippines,
Yes.
they're under 50s that time. They were under 50s,
Diba?
late 40s. So it opened my eyes to leadership.
Exactly.
Because I was copying them. Because they're already there.
But for your
right?
age, you're like leagues ahead of everyone else your
Yeah.
age, right?
And then
Exactly.
every now and then, if I feel like I need a break, then I go to my age group again. Let's go.
Exactly.
Let's go to the club. Let's go.
Let's
dinner.
yeah. Let's
can
go.
be
Let's let's have fun. But yeah, it's actually funny because I feel like it's designed that way. Like God made the world that way because even elephants, the female elephants, they tend to flock together. And that's why they're called like an elephant tribe. So I call my girl group my elephant
That's right.
tribe. Yeah. They know who they are. Yeah. And one of them is an actress in the Philippines, one is a filmmaker. And we don't have to maintain our relationship, but we know we have these moments where like, okay, we need like
just
our
need each
girl
other.
group. Exactly. We just need each other. Right? You don't have to be the same age. You don't have to could be the same age. You could be different ages. But it's like it's just we just want to be witnessed, I guess, and to know that like, okay, there are other people here that understand our struggle. Because it's really a thing, like for women, like women's intuition is so special and it amazes me how oblivious men are to it. This is gonna be so random, but I want to bring it up because it's something that you would think is obvious, right? There is an archaeologist in the Dominican Republic. I think it's Dominican or Puerto Rico. But anyway, she's a criminal lawyer
Wow.
with an interest in archaeology. And she set out to find Cleopatra's tomb.
Wow.
And people in the archaeology community thought she was crazy because she thought it was in the Temple of Isis, which is like the female deity that Cleopatra idolized or worshipped. Tita, if you were to be buried in one of the Egyptian gods' temples, you'd probably pick like the most supreme female one, right? Yeah, and it was her female
what she did.
intuition that led her there.
Wow.
So going back to like elephant tribe, right? We're so connected as women through time and through across the nations. So much so that like no matter how different we are, the moment we have an intuition about something, we can all agree.
Yes.
We're like, how did you not see that? Right?
And those are the people that will always welcome you, whoever you are, whatever your state at that moment.
Yes.
Come home,
yes.
you
Come
know?
home.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like
a
that
home.
here with you and Tita Florence. Like, it's lovely to feel like you have a home on the other side of the world, you know?
Yeah, I don't even realize now that you live in the Philippines. We're all saying here.
Everybody's saying that. Are you based in the Philippines or are you based in the States?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good, both.
Your plan's working.
So now that you turn over the
Yes.
title to our
Now-
Miss Puerto Rico,
Yes.
we're excited to see Miss Puerto Rico soon.
Ivana Carolina. Yeah.
Yes, Ivana Carolina. What's the next step?
What is the next step? Oh, I'm so excited. So the next step for me right now, moments after turning over the crown, I went straight to the airport. I flew to the Philippines because I was scheduled to host Miss Grand Philippines. However, it's postponed to the day after tomorrow, which is why I will not be here the day
So
after
you have
tomorrow.
to fly back.
I have to fly back. But the reason I have to be here is because I'm training a beauty queen for an international competition. So I'm very excited about this chapter. I accepted it because I felt unsure about myself, and I saw that as a reason to challenge myself because I have all of this knowledge I accumulated from trying to achieve this. And then I feel as if like I wanted to take it into the next chapter of my life, and maybe becoming a trainer is kind of a way of paying it forward, right? Like who better to train the future beauty queens than the beauty queens
Correct.
themselves?
The one who walked.
Yeah, we've been in their shoes and we can protect them. Like that's more of my point. Like I always want the girls that I help out. Like I've helped out girls before, but I haven't fully trained a candidate in all aspects until now. And I was telling her yesterday, like I want you to understand that you're the only one who's gonna walk on stage. So you have to decide. Like you have to be not afraid to put your foot down to me or to your aunts or anyone else because this is your story. And you're the one who's going to walk away with the regret from it if you don't win, right? So you need to know that you're putting your best forward. I don't care how ridiculous it is. If you have an idea you want to execute, tell it to me because I'm supposed to be in your corner, right? And I'm going to help you execute that.
I like that.
Thank you.
So winning, when you mentioned about winning, what does it mean?
What does winning mean? Winning more than anything now, if you ask me now, it definitely means responsibility. A lot of us think that your life as a beauty queen becomes easier once you become a queen, but it actually becomes more difficult in the sense that, like, this is not complaining in any way, but it's natural. You know, like if you win an international competition, people from all over the globe are excited to work with you. So you have to be in a million places at once, right? How do you do that? You're by yourself. You're doing your own makeup, your own hair, your own styling. You have to be able to kind of psych yourself into the mindset, right? You have to hone in on your own goals. You have to set your own goals for your reign. And like you really have to prioritize. And in a way, it was a learning experience for me because I learned that now more than ever, how important community development was to me, that it actually came first and foremost. Circular fashion, like of the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, I've learned which of those 17 in the 1 year are the ones that are closest to my heart because you have time pressure, right? And then you have to choose which events to show up in, which ones are your priorities.
You have to learn to say no to others.
You have to learn to say no to others because you can't make everyone happy, right? And you have to put your efforts towards like the place where it will yield the most outcome. But winning is ultimately a platform, right? That's why you have to do your best, like the best you can. Just because you've won, that doesn't mean you stop trying, right? We're always moving on to other chapters of life. And at the same time, you're also a representative of the crown. So whatever you do is also going to add to the legacy of the pageant that you have. Like this year, for example, we were able to, for me, it's a landmark achievement, but Preface, this organization, Preface Project, is an organization that stands for Empowerment Through Education through Early Childhood Literacy. So any information on Preface goes to www.preface.org. And what we do is we help young kids increase their literacy rates by allowing mentors from their teenage years or high school to read to them and teach them English through their native tongue. Wow. So it allows you a better grasp of English and your native tongue. So you're addressing the problem of the world becoming a global village, but also not erasing the things that you should, your sense of identity. They have a very powerful online platform. It takes you actually yesterday I signed up. It takes you 5 minutes to like sign up on the platform. You can find your assigned school, get in touch with a program, get assigned to a kid, do the readings online. You can do them live. And the beautiful thing is I've brought Preface to the Philippines now. And with Universal Woman, this is what I'm so thankful for. Tita Florence and Carolina actually gave their blessing so that Preface as an organization would forever be the advocacy of the title holder for that year. Wow. So each year, every single candidate in Universal Woman, whether they walk away with a crown or not, will go home to their countries as a Preface ambassador. Wow. Yes, spreading empowerment through education through early childhood
Florence
literacy.
is supporting.
I met her. She told me about it in the first 5 minutes, and I said, I'm in. What do we do next? Yeah.
So there's a lot of work to do.
There is a lot of work to do. In fact, we're going to the Philippines. We're going to the Philippines
Yes, I get to see you
soon.
next month.
Exactly. And I'm also continuing my work in the entertainment industry in the Philippines. So I'll be hosting a lot. I'll still be hosting all of your favorite pageants. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, and I'm going back to business. There's so much to do, Tita. There's so much to do.
There's
And
so much to do.
we have so much to do.
And
And
this-
some plans we can't tell you about yet, but
Yes.
very soon.
Very soon.
Very
We'll bring you
soon.
back and talk about that one at a time.
exactly.
Because a lot of people don't see that, after, and not a lot of people are talking about that. They don't know that there's work prior to, and even for you to be picked.
So
You know,
much.
they pick not just beauty, brain, and looks,
Yeah.
right? And a platform, but they also look where you gonna be heading from there. They
Exactly.
Also, right? So I'm sure there's several criteria, but again, the work that you do after the crown
Yes.
is not gonna end. There's so much organizations that you're gonna be very involved in.
So much. I'm
right?
continuing to work with all of the organizations that I worked with during my reign, which is I'm very happy about that because I don't believe in the one shot, one stop shop. Like I all my advocacies, all my projects since the beginning of my pageant career have always been circular. They've always been sustainable, and many. I mean, they're all still around today. You know, like I've always been about projects that have a lasting impact because of my experience in community development work. I know it just takes one day and a couple of funds. Like, let's say if you had like, I don't know, $5,000 and you bought some food and you distributed it, you're feeding kids for one day. You know, give a man a fish and you'll feed him for a day, teach him how to fish, and he'll,
And then they know how to
yeah, eat
get
for a
on with their
lifetime.
lives. Right?
Yeah, I'll use the same amount of money, buy something that is going to contribute to their education, books, sewing machines, like anything, and find the right people to teach them, even if it's the most basic thing, because creativity is actually so powerful in a place somewhere like Cebu and in the Philippines. And for many of us, it's a means to income, right? It empowers them to earn on their own, but it also allows them to live more meaningful lives. Like we also teach haircuts. Haircuts, t-shirt printing, gansilio. Yeah.
But yes, but I want to also to share that to the audience that you've been doing that prior to the crown,
Way before.
way before,
Way before.
without even making it a platform. You just want to
No.
know.
Yeah.
You just want to go back to your hometown and help, and that's something that my dad was full of wisdom, and he would always tell me, most parents don't want their kids to leave home.
Right.
They want to just be around you.
It's my
And
mom.
the
Sorry,
letting-
mom.
And the letting go is too hard for parents.
Yes.
Right? We are going through that right now. But my
Oh.
dad always told me, and I think that this was part of his letting go, for you to blossom and fly, you have to leave home.
Yes.
And you need to be somebody out there and not around people who's been treating you like little kids. Because
Yes.
they'll always see you like a little kid.
Yeah, you always be a little kid.
Right? And then they're gonna see you just like how you were when you were young, and even though you're gonna grow up, it's still gonna be the same. So he would always tell me, you need to leave home, you need to leave town, and bloom.
Yes.
And then, of course, when the right time comes, and you will know that, you'll come home permanently or maybe not, on and off, and that's where you can continue blooming
Yes.
and plant. at the same time
Exactly.
and help the rest of the people there bloom.
I love what you said.
Right?
I love that.
Because he's been telling me this before, because he said like, go to America, I went to Iloilo to study. There's nursing school in Mindanao. No, you need to be out of Mindanao, and then after that, you need to work. Right? There's a lot of hospitals in the Philippines. I don't have to be somewhere far.
Right.
No. You need to go to America if you want to bloom big. Go far. you
Go
know?
big.
Go big, and you'll go there.
It's another lesson I learned from
And
you guys.
I didn't understand that. Like, why? I don't like to be away from them.
Yeah.
But that was true. You
Yes.
need to find your path.
Yes.
And then now you're big enough to give back,
Yes.
right? Otherwise, you're not going to bloom as big as
True.
you want to be.
True.
So when you go back to the Philippines, and I don't know, I'm so excited to be watching you from here.
Thank you.
But I know that you have so many plans, and there's so many people reaching out to you.
All over the world.
All over the world. It's not even Philippines anymore. Imagine that.
I want to work with all of them.
Though you're saying like I don't belong, I'm not good enough, I'm not beautiful enough.
Yes.
That was like in a province in Cebu.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. Like, you won't
And
know who
now
you
you're
are
in
until you
Manila.
leave. Yeah, I was just Maria, Kagiron na
From
Maria,
Cebuano to a
with
different dialect,
with the marbles.
language.
Yeah, in the street, a boyish girl, you know.
But even then, looking at you right now, and I'm sure you did not even plan that all over the world.
No, actually, Tita, my plan was
You have.
become Miss Universe Philippines, 23 years old. Miss Universe Philippines lang. I didn't want to become an
The Miss
international
Philippines
queen.
was already so big for a lot of people.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's why this look that I wore today, this was the look that I had when I was competing. I brought it back because my trainee wanted to see. She wanted a smoky eye, and I said, "Oh, I haven't done that in a decade." So I did it. Then I came home, and Tita Florence said, "You should do this every day. You look nice."
She
Said, "You
likes
look younger this
She
way."
likes smoky eyes.
Yeah, so I did it. But going back, I just wanted to try to become a Miss Philippines. I never wanted to win the international crown. Like, I never set it in my mind. But, as Tita Florence says, opportunity only knocks once. And like you said, you never know unless you go big. So when I arrived at Universal Woman, fast forward 10 years after Miss Philippines, I was appointed, I arrived at Universal Woman, and I got there. And then I honestly asked myself, I have a choice now. I can just chill and cruise, or I can compete, right? What's the difference? Like, I spent the same amount of money either way, right? I took the same amount of time out of my life either way, whether I choose to compete and try to win, or if I just want to enjoy the journey and sit back, right?
Yeah. And
So-
Tita Florence would always remind us about the gift of time
Exactly.
and the gift of opportunity.
Right.
It doesn't really happen.
It won't come again. That's the illusion we have. We think we have time.
We don't.
Well, we don't.
Yeah. Our time's ticking.
When it comes, we have to take it.
And it's getting less and less and less.
Precisely. I wasn't ready. I let it go, Tita. The day I got appointed, I was praying in the airport on the way to host Miss World Philippines Iloilo. So I was already well into my career as a host. And then I hosted, and then I got back into the airport with my manager. I bought him a coffee. He said, "I'll give you money." I was like, "No, sir, like, you already give me a lot of money. Like, let me buy you a coffee." So I bought him a coffee. I said, "Congratulations, you acquired a new franchise, Universal Woman." I said to myself that day, when I was praying, I always pray early in the morning, and I was like, "Lord, you know what? I'm gonna give up now. Like, I always wanted a crown. I couldn't explain why, and I always wanted a crown, but I'm just gonna give it to you now. You've given me a career. I have a happy life. It could be way worse. I have my family back. That's all I could ask for. My parents separated, and now I've been able to repair my relationship with my siblings. And that's for me the biggest gift." So I thought, I have so many women around the world that I look up to that didn't have crowns. I don't need one to inspire others, right? And then I thought to myself, okay, I have a full year ahead, all of these pageants planned. I have these shows. I'm going to make money, right? That should be all that matters to me now. I'm 30. Because I always told myself, 23, I'll become Miss Universe Philippines, or I'll represent the Philippines in an international competition. 27, I'll get married. 28, I'll open a business. By 30, I should have one or two businesses. And then 30, absolutely like no more pageants. So hanggang 27 lang talaga. Like all 30 and onwards, I was like, I'm focusing on what I'm going to do for the rest of my life,
And God said you're just beginning.
By chance, I got appointed on the dot. I turned 30 and then I got appointed and I went to Cambodia in 2 weeks and I got that. Right? Isn't that crazy? And it took like 12 years of me questioning myself and claiming that I'll
worth
become.
it?
Yes. And I feel like the pivotal moment there was when I was just like, when I chose the position of like humility. Like I said, maybe I have to accept the fact that it's really not for me. Right? And I just have to give it to God. Right? And I have to just have faith,
And what a blessing, Miss Universal Woman, because a lot of pageantry, you have to be young.
Yes.
20, and then you have Miss Universal Woman.
Yeah.
And I really like the way they put things together and the concept behind it.
I love it.
But imagine the people that are in it. You are just in the right group of women.
It's a gift.
It's not the
It's
early
such a gift.
20s, 18, 19, 20, that you don't know what you're doing yet.
Yeah.
These are the people who kind of like knows what they're doing already
They've
from here.
self-actualized. They've married the people they needed to marry. They
Right?
don't have all these questions anymore,
Yeah, and these are the group of women you're around right
Right.
now.
With pageants that are like of younger age, when I joined those pageants, it was more of like you were hyped, you were popular because of the promise that the potential that you held. But the women when they're 30, 25, they've actualized that potential. And the amount of insight you get at a single table at a conversation during lunch, like the cross-cultural dialogue, the potential to collaborate across borders, like pageants are such an area of untapped opportunity. You just have to use it correctly. Like somebody got the formula right,
Imagine that.
And it's such a blessing, which is why I feel like it's also like something. It's like I dedicated my whole reign to the sisters I competed with because they were such amazing women, and I just want them to see my reign and know that like, okay, like I hope they picked like the right girl,
Wow.
or I want them to be behind me. Like everything I did, like I always tell. I met my Miss India again. She was the winner of our social project, and I would always tell people how she was amazing and she fixed my dress even when they already called the top five and she wasn't in it, but she was supporting me all the way. She said, "You have a very good answer." I passed by her. My dress was like not kept, and she was fixing it for me. And it's crazy because she's the one who intimidated me the most. I was like, this woman is something. Wow, like she
She's
has
gonna be
2
big.
kids. Like yeah, she has businesses in India. I just really looked up to her, and I'm thinking like, wow, your normal mentality in pageantry is like when you see someone that's greater than you, we accept it. There's always going to be someone greater and lesser than you. And you see someone that's greater than you think they look down on you, right? Because they see that you're less than them. But no, you see these women, they could very well act in the way that like in an immature and catty way, but they choose not to. That's the power of sisterhood. That's the power of choice, and that's real women empowerment, right?
Yes, and you're in the global face
Oh
of,
yeah,
of the world.
and that's what I want young
overnight,
girls to see. Yeah,
overnight, right? From Cebu to Manila, and that's kind of like your world. And I'm sure there's some international affairs every now and then, but overnight,
overnight.
you have the sisterhood
Yes,
that you belong.
yes,
And now it's just gonna grow from there.
yes.
It's
It's
gonna grow from there.
when I talk about Universal Woman, it's genuine. Like I truly believe that it's like a beautiful new platform. Like I'm not even the reigning queen anymore, so I don't have to say this, okay? Like it's really beautiful. And I just want more women to. I want more moms to be involved in the competition. I want to see like more representation of women across age and women across ages, but I think more accurately, women across different walks of life.
Yeah. I
Right?
think when you said about that you're not the reigning queen right now, I think you'll always be forever.
Thank you,
the
Tita.
queen. It's just a matter of where, you're just kind of like graduated, but now you're going to be expanding your territories from there.
Yes.
Because you're helping the reigning queen right now. You'll be helping Puerto Rico.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, I'm
So-
always here when she needs me.
So now, after that, of course, she's going to be forward the same way, but there's
Yes.
more to help from there. And then you're going to probably help the incoming ones as well.
Of course.
So it's just gonna grow, and sometimes we're praying like, Lord, use me, and use me and guide me, and sometimes God surprises in a very special way. Like,
yes, exactly. Like let me be a vessel of the good.
Here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you this Miss India.
Yeah.
India just opened door for you. Imagine that.
Yeah.
And even for us, we're always praying for like Little Florence, like, okay, why healthcare? Why do this? Why skincare? Tita, one of these days we want to help people.
Yes.
And maybe not only in our community. I don't know where it's gonna go. And then before we know it, okay, let's partner with Miss Universal Woman. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Let's do it. And wow, what will I do? And then you're like, okay, you can share your products there. You have a platform. And sometimes God does that and gives you special people along the way.
Yes.
And,
Definitely.
And I believe this is a stepping stone for a greater purpose that you still have to find.
I believe so. I feel like if it wasn't I didn't want to come to the States, before Universal Woman. I had no interest in coming here. Like maybe my mindset was too narrow, but I also want to think on my own most of the time, and the mindset back home is mostly like, oh, go to the States, go to Europe and all of that. And I kind of felt like, okay, what's wrong with where I'm from, right? So the reason I'm telling you that now is because when I I know that Universal Woman was the only thing that brought me here. Promotion for the event, the pageant was the only thing that brought me here. I was kind of dreading it deep down inside. But I came here and then I met
took a
you
while.
and Tita Florence and I was just like, wow, did I really like dread this? Like completely did not expect this. Like the first thing in my mind was like, where were these women when I was growing up and reading the magazines? You know, like I thought like these are the women that I want to be reading about. These are the women the role models that we needed back home, right? Like, okay, like we have a lot of beautiful, perfect, tall Filipinas. There's nothing wrong with that, but we need to see like for girls like me, like I always identified with more of like being a nerd than anything else. And
Really?
yeah, tita, I only read books.
You know,
I don't have a TV at home. I have a piano and I have a million books. I love being like if you left me alone and just read
You can just read books.
tita,
You're happy camper.
heaven, books and tea.
We need to go to Barnes and Noble.
Yes, tita, that would be amazing.
Do you go to Barnes and Noble here when you're here?
No, I've never been.
Okay, after this,
Oh,
it's Barnes and
no!
Noble.
But yeah,
The
it's
biggest, one of the big one is in LA, that the Grove, but we can go to Barnes and Noble. That's actually my favorite place.
why so,
There are
tita?
so many times I don't know. I like to smell. And I just keep praying, please don't close down because I know there's so many things online that you can
Yeah.
grab, but you'll never be able to find them
Yes.
unless you see them. But
Yes.
I love the smell of the books, and then when I read the story, I feel like I'm looking at the person
Yes, it's the stories that live in it.
telling us
Yes.
their story. And whenever I read it over again, I feel like, wow, I just met you and I'm falling in love with you, you know?
It's like when
Like
you go
a
to a
relationship.
different country and you never return the same person
Yeah.
again. No matter how many times you learn, every time you open a book, you get a new perspective that you
Correct.
can never like lose.
You
It's
have a
always with
relationship
you.
with a person.
Yes, with the person, the story. You're opening yourself in like up into new experiences. There's this line in a book about Jean-Paul Sartre that says that the library is the universe reflected in a mirror,
Wow.
which is true. When I was a little girl, I didn't know anything about the world. All I knew were in books, and that's how I'm able to connect with the people that I meet today. Like everything I read in my lifetime, like I go to India, I say namaste and danyavan. I learned those things through books. Like I learned about Cambodian culture and all of that. America, I have to admit, I didn't study so much. But
There's so many things to learn, and you know, like I was like, Lord, every day, Lord, thank you for today. Thank you for the time again that I can be better.
yes,
But if we're stuck, you know, me and Alan, whenever we're stuck, we don't know what we're gonna do.
relationship goals.
Let's go to Barnes and Noble. Let's go. Let's go to
Barnes and Noble.
Yeah. You used to go to the library.
It's a different vibe, right? Going there.
Yes. And then smell the book and like the story, and then like, oh, come on, I know what to do now. Let's go.
Yeah.
I love to collect books.
It gives you insight, right?
And many times I might not be able to finish the whole book.
It doesn't have
But
to.
I already know, like, okay,
Yeah.
now I have perspective. Now I know what's going I need to do.
It doesn't have to.
But you
like,
keep
have to
going
read the
back
book.
to it over
Yeah.
and over and over again.
Exactly.
Right? You may finish like few chapters and gonna finish the ending, but after a few months you go back to it
Yes.
and read it again and read it again.
I'm like that. Like I do chapters or I read single stories. Like Nietzsche, like the gay sciences. I only read the part about the madman. That's it. Like a lot of the time, some books in philosophy, I only read the first page or the preface.
You have an idea. Already.
Yeah, and you have the idea already, or you discuss it at length somewhere, or you read another chapter or secondary sources. Like I like to just pick out, and if I feel like I don't know enough, I'll go back and read again.
Yeah.
But the joy for me is in that, right? Like that intuitive craving to learn,
Yeah.
then finding what you need just somewhere. Like it's so nice that you have the answers in Barnes and Noble.
Barnes and Noble. So at night when I read my Bible, okay, and then I have this another book that I pick, you know.
Yeah.
I have books at
Yes.
home. And then so I've been holding to my Bible and then this other book that make no small plans.
No small plans.
Make no small plans.
This is something Carolina tells me as well.
That's like what you
She's
said.
like, I
Make-
never think of anything in the small scale. Always plan, the whole picture.
Just like you said, you're gonna be spending on it already the same way. You're gonna be there the same way. You already put your energy the same way. Might as well go all the way.
The next 5 years in our lives are gonna be spent, right?
Correct.
But what are we gonna be doing?
Yeah.
That's the question. Yeah.
So we're so scarce of time. There's so many things to talk about.
So many
So I need
things.
to bring you back more.
Yes, I'm happy to.
More times here. I'm sure they eventually we can ask the audience and get questions from there, and we can probably ask them from for you guys. Next time.
Definitely. But Tita, before anything else, I want to thank you for supporting Universal Woman.
Of course.
Because the whole self is actually one of our sponsors.
Yay!
So thank you. And I can't wait till the day that I get to watch you tell all the other girls what about the whole self.
And their whole story
And the whole story.
about them. But closing,
Yes.
give them some tips. Some tips of not only just winning, because winning can be different things from different
Right.
people, but tips to be, if they want to be a beauty queen, a lot of the girls want to be a beauty queen.
Right.
What would that be?
Ooh, that's good. So one thing about being a beauty queen is that you know for sure that you will be in a high pressure situation. But I always say that what makes a queen isn't the choice to do what is expected of you or what you think is expected of you. It's more of understanding your role as a goodwill ambassador, understanding your purpose and the people that you're here to represent, knowing that they are watching, seeing that you're scared to be vulnerable, you're scared to be human, but to do it anyway, right? Because the more important part is for them to know that you're there for them, to make people feel represented. That's the true role of a queen. And whether you're a beauty queen or you're just at work, I like to remind everyone that authenticity will never betray you. You know, like when you act according to your beliefs, when you do what's right, when you go with your gut, you'll never have like any regrets because you're living your truest and best self. You're fulfilling your whole story.
The whole story about you.
About you. I always say being you is your superpower. It's the only, like being you, there's no one else that is like you in the universe, and that is your superpower, right?
We always tell that to our team.
Yes. And it's never too late, to start a new chapter in the new era of beauty.
Amen. Indeed.
Yes.
Maria.
Thank you, Tita.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
You're
I
like
love
my
you.
baby daughter now.
Yes, I am. I've adopted I said when I went home yesterday, I said, oh, I have 3 new brothers. Yeah.
Yes. You just have, and then they were actually excited. We were talking about it last night going home. Like, Mom, can we talk to her? Can we?
Of course.
Now you have a sister.
Yes. They have a sister now. Don't worry, Tita. I will keep the boys in line. No.
Yes, so they were actually excited. And by the way, don't forget to grab your copy, Bloom on the Battlefield.
I want to read that.
EdSenSolutions.com. Okay? So we'll see you again next time. Bye.
Bye. Mwah.